Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So sometimes when I think about a fantastic experience, Alcatel isn't something that comes to mind, to be honest. I've reviewed several Alcatel devices back in the day, and I'm actually pretty impressed with this new device here from Alcatel. The new Alcatel 3V, this 6.7-inch device here, is actually pretty impressive. So by the time you're watching this, I think I've had this phone for at least 3 to 5 days, and I'm impressed. First of all, I'm still on the same charge, and the reason I'm still on the same charge is this isn't in the #1 slot. However, I'm at 60%, and this thing has been going for the last 3 days, and so far I have 3 hours of screen on time with 60% left, and I will post that for you. That's actually really impressive, and I am surprised because there's not a lot of phones that can go that long on battery. And I'm starting with battery because that's important to a lot of people. And when you're buying a phone like this, you want this big massive display. You're going to do a lot of media content. I will be honest and tell you that content, that 3 hours came from emails, social media, and YouTube. And that is where the 3 hours of screen on time, it's roughly 3 hours of screen on time. That's pretty much where it came from. But the fact that I'm on 3 days later on the same charge, going into 4 days on the same charge with 60% left, this is what you want out of a phone. Now, so some people are going to say, oh, you didn't use it, it's not your primary phone. I'm telling you, it's not in the main SIM slot, but it is getting used. It's actually number 3 basically. So I have my 2 main lines and then this line. So ultimately though, that's still, there's no denying that's still fantastic battery. And the reason being is because if you want to break it down and say I use the phone an hour a day, you can, any way you want to do that math, however you want to do it, the phone still has great battery. And this battery life can definitely go a weekend, because here's the thing. Most people using smartphones today aren't on their phones like most young people. You know, I say young people, but I guess just people in general. Most people are not like this all day. You have a life, so you have other things to do. And when you need your phone, this is the important thing about battery life. When you need your phone, is it there for you? Can you put your phone down for 16 hours and then it sips 1 or 2%? Most people cannot say that. Leaving all sync and everything on, most people can't say that. So I wanted to start with battery life, and I'm being transparent about it. You know, like I said, this isn't the primary SIM card, but I've got this thing loaded up with all my apps actually, and I'm using it. Predominantly that roughly 3 hours came from YouTube, social media, and emails and things like that. So that is the truth. But when you translate that to some say that's not real world battery life, but it is real world battery life, because this is how, honestly, this is how I would actually use this phone. This phone would fall in line with, one second. This phone, the ZTE device that I got here, the Blade 10, it falls in line with that phone, meaning it's going to get used for a certain reason. And that phone gets a lot of phone calls, which is what this phone would get predominantly. And again, the truth is your phone there when you need it? So battery life, I give you 3 minutes about the battery life, almost 4. Chalk it up as fantastic battery. Now, software. Software, I put the Pix launcher on here, but I just did that right before this video. So I've been using it with the regular native launcher, and the native launcher is absolutely fine, folks. It's nothing going on with the native launcher. It actually works really, really good, really solid, no problems whatsoever. And I don't have a problem with the native launcher. No crashes, no fumbles, no anything. All apps and everything open pretty fast. I just like the way the Pix launcher looks. It gives me that pixel look, and that's all it is. Even without that, you know, I want to use my own icon pack, just things like that. I just want to customize a little bit more to my liking. And even without that, the phone runs fast. And remember, it has that MediaTek processor in here on Android Pie. Sometimes having the latest Android operating system is not a good thing. It's not a good thing sometimes to have the latest and greatest, because the latest and greatest isn't always stable. So bear that in mind when you're thinking about, oh my gosh, performance. This has 3 gigs of RAM. Don't let that deter you. This is pretty much a very light skin with Android Pie. And it is great. There's nothing more I can tell you about the software. Either you like a skin, if you don't like their skin, change it out like I did. And I'm not saying I don't like their skin, but I just prefer this Pix launcher. I just like how it looks with my icon pack and everything. But If you don't like the way it looks, the great part about Android is change it. Now, some of you guys are going to ask me going back about the battery life. I keep the brightness on auto, just so you know. So battery life, software, those are both fantastic. Now, cameras, I demonstrated the cameras for you guys in another video, and boy, oh boy, folks, I kind of gave you a really detailed review of the cameras. I put a lot of photos and short video clips in there. And I'll say this, the front camera, while not the best to my liking, I definitely prefer the rear camera. The rear camera on this thing rivals everything in its price range. You can get this phone going all the way down to free. Some people are reporting they got it for $30 just to add it on a line or something like that. The point is, it's an affordable option. That is what you need to think about. If you're on Metro, you know, again, they seem to have taken the place of my ZTE device, that huge screen, and just killer battery, you know, decent cameras. But I will say, these cameras definitely rival these cameras. Not the front camera. The front camera is, you know, it's questionable. But the rear camera, though, you saw the footage for yourself. The rear camera is absolutely great. No holes barred. They did a fantastic job with this rear cameras. Portrait mode on the rear camera, this thing is absolutely fantastic. Regular photos, fantastic. I mean, it's just a win-win. So I didn't think I would be promoting an Alcatel phone, but this is such enough. You guys asked me, you need to do more budget phones. Here's your budget phones. I'm leaning more towards budget phones here in the later part of the year. But I got to tell you, this thing is very impressive. It is impressive, just like the one I have in my pocket here. The Alcatel Flip, because I definitely use this regularly. It's a great backup phone. I really enjoy it, and it's in my pocket 24/7. That phone right there gets a lot of use because I can charge that, and it literally lasts me almost a week if I'm not, you know, doing a whole bunch of phone calls on it. But here lately, man, the phones that don't cost a lot, you know, they're rivaling the competition in the best way possible because we win when it happens. You know what I'm saying? So the headphone jack, I didn't really use the headphone jack, but the stereo speakers, though, stereo speakers, which means they're translating this huge screen. They want you to open up YouTube. They want you to open up Netflix. They want you to watch content on this huge display. And you're going to do it. You're going to get lots of battery life out of this thing. You're going to get lots of enjoyment as far as media content. Holding this phone like this, it's a big phone. Let's not front. But it doesn't feel that big because of how thin it is. You know, thin is in, remember? So I'm going to tell you that, you know, having these first 3 to 5 days of using this device, I'm actually pretty happy with it, to be honest. I'm actually surprised. This is the second phone from them, from Alcatel, which I'm surprised. And I got this flip phone in my pocket. Like, it's my legit backup phone, man. That's my go-to, like, for real, for real. So, you know, no fancy anything in this video. This is just a real world follow-up. This is what you guys need to see. In the first video I did, the unboxing first impressions, I show you the phone, show you some photos, blah, blah, blah. This is after actually using it. And again, before the naysayers come in and say, oh, well, you didn't really use it. You know, you try having, I personally have 3 lines, okay? And I got to add on a review line. I'm getting it done. I'm getting it done the best way I can. The phone is good, period. I don't know how else to tell you. I really like it. I just don't know, man. It is just that good. It's some kind of refreshing refreshing feeling of getting a big phone like this at such a low cost. $189 full cost if you decide to get it right out, or free. So if you do like a porting or a trade-in, and some people now are reporting all these different prices. I don't know. You know, you check the pricing where you're at. You check the pricing with your deal that you can get. That's what's most important. I'm just giving you a roundabout. That's what the website says, what I'm reporting. So the website changes at any given time. So this device, folks, it's a win. You know, you'll probably hear people say, oh, that thing got a MediaTek. This thing has a 6.7-inch display, stereo speakers, great rear cameras, fantastic battery life, a headphone jack, a fingerprint reader, Type-C. What more do you want? Well, the resolution is 720. So, some of you guys don't even have 1080p TVs, according to what you say to me. Just telling you. So, I wanted to give you a follow-up on this device, man, because it's totally worth it to check it out, man. There's a lot of stiff competition out there when it comes to pocket-friendly, budget-type devices. You cannot go wrong with this device, man. Oh my gosh. It's a win-win. I just really, really like it. Cameras are good. Oh, one other thing I didn't touch on that I need to give you a follow-up on. You already figured it out, though. It's the audio when recording. The audio on this camera when you're recording is fantastic. I tell you no lies. You saw it in the other video. I'm here to report to you that, wow, the camera's fantastic. I don't know, man. It's your man Jay. I hope you guys enjoyed the follow-up video. I'll give you another video down the line because the phone isn't going anywhere. So I'll continue to use it. I'll keep it in rotation as best I can because I really want you guys to really, get the gist of follow-up videos. Follow-up videos, they can be all this other stuff, but follow-up videos should just be me talking to you. Just letting you know what the deal is, man. You don't want to you don't want to see all this B-roll all the time. You just want me to sit and talk to you, and I'm definitely fine with doing that. And that's what a lot of people request. Jay, just tell me about it. Well, here you are. Right now, 3 to 5 days in, I recommend you check out this device. Over anything else, if you're like on Metro, you got to check this out. It's totally worth it. It's your man Jay signing off. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. See you in the next one. Take care.